Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. We are working on a couple things, actually. One of them happens to be the Volkswagen Thing. The other is the Apache truck. So let me take you through what's happening and what's going to happen. All right. Apache, let's start here. I tried going to Harbor Freight this morning to get another drum for the bower. When I say drum, I mean this. They did not have any. That's the second Harbor Freight I'm not able to find a drum. A 40 grit drum. They have the other ones, like the tan one, which I think is like 240 or something like that grit. But that's not where we need to be. That's not going to help me much. So I'm going to see if Amazon or somewhere has a alternative that'll work, and hopefully they do. Hopefully in like a 5 or 6 pack, because the drum for this is like $40. It's like, I think 35 bucks, 40 bucks for that one. Now the other drums, the other colors are, I got more up here. You can see the one there. Like for that drum there, it's like 12 bucks for some reason. So anyway, we're dealing with that. But what I'd like to do is to try to get this undercoating scraped off of this side. And I'd like to get probably a little die grinder with a gasket removing pad and hit these areas that I can't get in with the bower. This stuff here, this, and start getting that dialed in, and then take the bower and start hitting this firewall and getting it down to bare metal, so that we have clean surface to weld on and so on and so forth, because a lot of these holes are going to get welded up. Don't need them. Couple of them will stay, I believe this one and this one, but most of these will get welded up. So just don't need 500 holes. I'll probably keep the dimmer switch here for sure, and the hood hinges, that kind of thing, but a lot of this is, that's kind of funny, I just noticed this. There's the ballast resistor, which is where it went right there. Interesting. So yeah, so that's where we're at there. guys, welcome back to Brown's Riding Custom. Happy Saturday night. Kind of a weird day. We got a lot done, but in weird ways. Start with the Thing. We'll start with the Thing and then we'll get to the Apache. So let me show you what we got here. So 73 Volkswagen Thing, getting it ready to sell. Went ahead, adjusted the doors, pulled the hinge bolts out, and put Loctite on them, put them back, because as you take these doors on and off and everything, the hinges work loose a little bit. So just to kind of remedy that, we got that done. The hardtop latches have been tightened up and new screws put in, which has really tightened that up. So the issue was, as we would drive, because everything moves, right? This folds down, you know, it's kind of a bouncy ride to begin with. That hardtop is on there, but it's, you know, what it is. And it would pop the latches loose. So hopefully that fixed that problem. I think it did. So there was that. Now, Big Ron, I took my wife to work this morning and came back, and while I was gone, he tried to pull this out and it didn't want to start. And that's like the third time that's happened now, where we've had to charge the battery and go down that road. So what we ended up doing is testing the alternator, brand new empty alternator, not charging. Thought, okay. Was a little scary at first because I really don't want to get into the wiring of this thing again. It kind of, you know, I got through it the first time, but I really don't want to. It's easy to touch something wrong and change something, and yeah, I just don't want to screw it up. So when you got it working, it's like, it's good, leave it alone. But anyway, we tested the red wire off the alternator and continuity and everything, jacked it up, took that tire off to get to it because it goes to the starter. We're talking about this guy here. It's got good continuity, going to the right place on the starter. All of that should be good. So then it came down to the blue wire here, right? That wire goes to the generator light on the gauge cluster, right? So I start reading the MP directions. I find them finally, and on the internet. And mind you, none of this is easy to find. It's because you've got 500 people with their different opinions, and all of it's, I mean, finding anything for a thing to begin with is impossible, but finding anything that even remotely relates to yours, I mean, you'll start reading something and think it's for this, and then you'll realize it's for something totally different. You're like, wait a minute. So anyway, on the directions, it said that that blue wire has to be hot. It has to have a power wire to the speedometer that's ignition hot. So when you turn the key on, ignition hot, key off, not hot, just like the oil light. And if that light doesn't work, the generator or alternator will not charge the battery. Fun. So I haven't had that light. I have the oil pressure light, which was red, which I think was on the wrong side, or the wrong bulb and the wrong one. So what I did is I knew the oil light was good, right? So I knew I had the power piece of this right. So I tested continuity on the blue wire. Wire was good, had continuity. I said, okay, let's check the bulb. So I took the bulb out of here and I put it in the oil one that I knew worked. Okay, I took the red one out, put that one in. Didn't work anymore. Okay, I got a bad bulb. So then I took the oil light and put it in the generator socket, plugged it in. And all of a sudden the generator works. And I was like, holy shit. So then we start testing and it's charging. We had 14.5 amps or volts or whatever on the back here. And we had 14.2, I think, at the battery. And where before we had like 11, right? So that fixed it. So try to get with the Thing shop, but they're closed to January 2nd. I don't want to wait that long to buy a bulb. I went to O'Reilly's, they didn't have it. So I got with Mike from thingparts.com, and he is sending me one, so that's fantastic. So the only reason this is all torn apart is for one little bitty light bulb that's going to take half a second to put in and plug in the back of the gauge cluster, and then I can put it all back together, and then that's done. So we got that figured out. So that was huge. Just a lot of random things getting figured out. We filled the hole, put a speaker cover on the hole that was on the dash, so it looks better, not a big gaping hole. You know, just general R&R of this thing, just trying to figure out what's left, right? I don't think we have much left. I think it's down to that little oil light bulb, putting the dash back together, which should take minutes. I say that, but I don't jinx myself. And wash this thing and paint touch-ups, and it should be there. So we it runs great. We have no issues with it running. Fires right up, runs good around the neighborhood, rides good, does all the things it's supposed to do. Stops good, steers good. But you know, the battery kept dying, which given me some weird electrical issues and so on and so forth. So that's where we're at on the thing. And then I came over here and started working on the Apache. And I'm going to hold the light up here so you guys can actually see what's going on. Hold on. So I continued the process of removing the paint off the firewall. I got most of the undercoating off of this side. So now we're looking pretty good to hit it with the Bauer, probably tomorrow. But tomorrow I'm going to come in here and go hot and heavy on the firewall. That's the plan. Get the firewall down to bare metal best I can, and get us in a position to where we can start doing these panels here. I'm going to try to get all of this on both sides and the firewall. And then hopefully either tomorrow or Monday, it depends on when they're open and what happens, we're going to go to National Parts Depot. I'll bring you guys along for that, and we're going to buy a bunch of patch panels for the front here, probably the rockers and rocker forward, right? So all these panels down in here we'll pick up on both sides and get them here, and we'll start putting them in and start rebuilding this cab and getting this thing where it needs to be. And in a couple weeks we'll probably pick up the doors, the cab corners, and the door bottoms and the cab corners, and probably start thinking about these panels up here, and for the windshield lip for the seal and everything, and the inside piece where the rats got in, or the mice got in. And then we should be looking pretty good here, guys. So that's where we're at. I'm going to keep on, I'm done for the night, but I'm going to keep over the next few days, you'll see me taking this down to bare metal, everything but the white, because I've already done the roof. Yeah, and then we'll just start putting on new panels and start rocking, and I'll bring you all that. And Big Ron will do his tech talks with Big Ron on how to put patch panels in and why we did it and how we did it and all the things, and get you guys really get your teeth in there and see what we're talking about on how to repair all this, because we haven't done it on one of these. We've done it on a 48 Chev, but we're going to learn together and show you what we did and are going to do, and kind of roll from there. So anyway, guys, hope you're having a great Saturday night. Thanks for watching Brown's Rod and Custom. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate you doing that for us. And we're going to hang out, have a beer, and enjoy our Saturday night. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.